Okay, so issue 24 of the IDW My Little Pony comics dropped, and I got some things to say about it. The issue actually came out a week before this video was recorded, but I was busy doing the top 10, so I couldn't get around to it. Which is a shame because this is a pretty good issue. Like issue 23, this is a standalone issue, this time featuring Discord, Fluttershy, and the Cutie Mark Crusaders. Admittedly, I wasn't too excited about this when I first heard about it, especially after reading the last issue, which left quite a lot to be desired. But this issue ended up surprising me. Now this review is going to be a little different from my review of the 2014 annual. Instead of just summarizing the plot, I'm just going to go straight to what's good and what works, and what's bad and what doesn't work. Of course, if you want to walk into the comic with an unbiased perspective, I suggest reading it first and then coming back to this video. So let's start with the good. Between writing and art, I think writing wins the round in this issue. While I was initially turned off by the premise of Discord, Fluttershy, and the CMC traveling through time, the writing helped make the story interesting and not a total bore. The witty dialogue and clever jokes really make the issue a fun one to read, and that's not to say that the art is bad, because the art really complements the writing, especially when they make references to other media. There's a Sailor Moon reference, a Transformers reference, and a Doctor Who reference that kinda got the axe because there were too many references. Genius. But this comic isn't just a dialogue experience, it's a visual experience. The art gives us some beautiful backdrops, particularly the page-long view of the underwater city of Coltlantis. Another strength of the art style lies in the character reaction shots and exaggerated expressions that the characters make, especially from Fluttershy. One scene in particular that really made me laugh was when they go back in time to ancient Egypt and find a group of cats that look kinda familiar. And of course, there's the obvious shipping bait towards the end of the scene. Unfortunately, this comic isn't flawless. I can sum up the main problem of the story in one word: pacing. The story suffers from the same issue as Three's a Crowd, which coincidentally also features Discord as a main character. In the case of Three's a Crowd, the episode takes too much time setting up the plot and ends up wasting half of the runtime. Now when it comes to the comic, it spends too much time telling jokes and not enough time telling an actual story. While I did praise the writing early on, that praise mainly comes from the dialogue itself and not really the storytelling. The climax of the issue, if you could call it that, where the CMC get kidnapped by a prehistoric bird, only ends up lasting for 3.5 pages, and by the next page, the story's already over. We don't even get to see the girls get rescued. Fluttershy just gets knocked out and wakes up to see the girls safe and sound. It gave me the impression that the writer was like, oh, I forgot this is only one issue. I have to write an ending. Quick! The way the writing is now, the issue was better off being part 1 of a 2-part story arc, and the rushed nature of the ending almost killed the experience for me. Almost. The jokes and dialogue of the first 2/3 of the comic are its saving grace, and because of that I can still walk away from this book feeling entertained. Unfortunately, good humor isn't enough to please everyone, so if you're more into story, I suggest you skip this one. If, however, you enjoy some good humor and love seeing Discord every now and again, it wouldn't hurt to give this issue a read. Just don't expect much from the ending. Now for the folks that have read this issue, what did you think about it? Did you find the same issues that I found with it? Or did you just enjoy it all around? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. My Tumblr Ask box is always open for questions and you can contact me on my other sites as well. Until next time, keep it sketchy folks.